Hi everyone and welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. I'm Shelby, and first and foremost I want to say if you hear cars or anything buzzing by, I am sorry. The time I am filming this video, it is pretty busy where I live, so let's just ignore that if you hear it. I do apologize. This video is about an album that has been requested and talked about in my YouTube comments on so many of my videos, and that is Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Everyone asks me to react to it, to give it a listen, etc. And I am here to tell you all that the reason why I have not made a video about this album is because I actually love this album and I have listened to this album ever since it has been released. That is literally why I have not made a video for this album yet, because there is no first time listening, there is no discovering it. It is actually just, I know this album very well and I adore this album. So instead I am doing a video that type of style video I don't do super often, and that is ranking the songs from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Before I get into my ranking, I'm gonna go ahead and say something that is kind of the obvious, and that is this is totally 1000% opinion based. I really do not think that like my order is like the best order. It's nothing like that. This ranking is not in order of greatness of songs. It's just the order that I have listened to these songs the most and the ones that I am most drawn to. So with that said, let me know in the comments as you are watching this video what your ranking of songs would be for this album. I definitely know that so many people adore this album, so I really want to know what people love most from it. So let's go ahead and talk about that in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into my ranking. Coming in at number 13 is a song from this album that has many features. I mean, there's like 1,000 features on this album as a whole, but it is the song So Appalled. I don't have too much to say about this song. It's just one that I really just don't listen to that much. I just think compared to a lot of the other songs on the album that catch my attention and that I really enjoy, it just has slipped through the cracks for many years. If I'm being totally honest, when I was making this video, I realized that I probably haven't heard that particular song in years. So that kind of told me in itself that it was going to be number 13 on the list. Number 12 is Blame Game with John Legend, and I feel like that could be surprising to some people because I do love John Legend. Blame Game is right there with So Appalled, and the simple fact that it is just a song that I have not listened to really that much at all in the last few years, which is why it is number 12 in my ranking. Number 10 is Who Will Survive in America, and I actually have listened to that many times because it's a continuation of Lost in the World, which I will talk about that song later on in this video. But I've listened to it many times, but it is simply at number 10 because it is like just a little minute and a half interlude. I actually do pretty much know all of the words to the whole speech. Now, I'm going to get technical here. I actually do listen to Who Will Survive in America a lot because it really gets you thinking. I have definitely memorized the lyrics at this point, and then the chanting at the end of like, who will survive in America? Who will survive in America? I mean, it is kind of a genius way for the album to end, and it makes you really think about just like, what are we coming to here, you know? So I do actually really enjoy that. I really enjoy the messaging and how it gets you thinking. Number 10 is Hell of a Life, and I actually really love this song. I kind of forgot about it, and I'm so mad at myself for forgetting about it. And it's one of the few songs on the album that is really just Kanye, because like I said, this album is full of features, but this is like a true Kanye solo rap song, and I definitely enjoy it a lot. Number 9 is Gorgeous, and this song has really ebbed and flowed over the past decade. Sometimes I was listening to it a ton, sometimes I was not listening to it nearly as often, but it's simply for that reason and that reason alone that Gorgeous is number 9 on my list. It's just because it has definitely ebbed and flowed for me over the years. And I will say, from like this song on the list, this is where it starts getting very, 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 very difficult for me to pick the order. So now it's gonna get a little bit more intense. Number 8 is All of the Lights Interlude. I know it might seem a little silly to have this music only interlude at number 8 out of 13, but it's just because I think it's so beautiful, and I think it is a really gorgeous, pretty version of what is to come in All of the Lights right after it, which just kind of explodes in your face. So I just think it's a beautiful build-up, which is why I put it at number 8. Number 7 is Devil in a New Dress. What really makes Devil in a Dress for me a song I really like is 100% the music. I just really musically enjoy that one. It's definitely one of the It's like a very pretty Kanye West song. It's very much hip hop, but done in a very pretty way musically. So I do really enjoy it for that. Number 6 is a single that I think kind of jarred some people when it was released, but I still think it's fabulous, and that is Runaway. Runaway does kind of feel like it's on its own little planet compared to a lot of the other stuff on this album, at least how I feel. It's not this super complex song lyrically by any means, but it definitely sends a very strong message. And the chorus makes you want to laugh, but it also is a chorus that I find myself referring a lot in life. I think it is just a very Kanye West kind of message. Runaway was just a really good introduction of what was to come on the album, and just like how it was going to be just like Kanye West in his purest form, and it made me very excited, and I still love the chorus to this day. I think about it in my brain too many times in everyday life. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah. Number 5 is the opening track, Dark Fantasy, with some Nicki Minaj on there. My goodness, she is a talented rapper. The way that she uses her voice so differently in all these different songs and features, like she's very talented at what she does. But I just love kind of the like theatrical setup Dark Fantasy gives the album. It has many layers, it has many sections, and it has a lot of different just transition parts that you're like, oh, now it's doing this, now it's doing that. And I think it is the perfect setup song for the entire album. I do enjoy it. Number 4 is Monster, and I can pretty confidently say the reason why Monster is so high on the list is because I do love the lyrics. I think the lyrics are very abrasive with like a very, it's like a good song to listen to lyrically whenever you're just like really like feeling tough and you're just like, I want to get things done kind of thing. But let's be honest with ourselves, in that Nicki Minaj makes that song. Her rap is absolutely bonkers insane in it, and I love how dynamic her voice is with her rap in that song. It just like, if you need a refresher, please go listen to Monster, because it will just make you have so, like, I guarantee you're gonna listen to Nicki Minaj's rap on that and just feel so much respect for her as a rapper, and how fantastic she can, like, how she just has this ability to really convey the emotions with her voice alone. It just, it takes the song like to another level, truly. Number 3 is like the pump up songs of all pump up songs, and that is power. I would kind of put up there with like a classic Kanye song in that a lot of people turn to it. It's a song that I think can give you a huge amount of self-confidence and make you feel like you can take on the world. And even beyond the lyrics of it, the lyrics and the music production from that song just paired together so wonderfully. And I love all the backing vocals. I love all the backing vocals throughout this entire album, but it is just the perfect mashup. And I feel like when Kanye created this song, he knew that it was going to be a very powerful song that was going to stick around for many, many years. And it is a song that you hear out and about publicly still a decent amount. It's definitely proving to be able to stand the test of time, for sure. Number 2 is a song that I think I have been equally obsessed with from the moment I first heard it all the way to today. That is 1000% Lost in the World. And I don't know if people are going to agree with me on this, especially having it at number 2. I cannot get enough of Lost in the World, and it's always been that way. I feel like I'm gonna try and explain why. First of all, it opens with Bon Iver, which this is one thing about this album. You do get a lot of surprises of people that are on this album, and I think that is a wonderful surprise. I love the opening with the layered vocals from Bon Iver, which is just like, you know, definitely got the effects going, but we still have the harmonies going. The rap in it from Kanye, it's not that complex of a rap, and it's just, I think that's the beauty of it. Like, it is a very wonderful song of portraying that emotion of feeling lost in the world. The first verse, you're my devil, you're my angel, you're my heaven, you're my hell. Like, it is literally going through how you can feel so conflicted and torn. And the music is just so aggressively fast-paced, and I love the chorus. Oh, I love the pre-chorus of like, run from the lights. Like, it's so good. Lost in the World is a perfect example of a song that can have such a strong, powerful meaning and that can really resonate with someone without having to have these lyrics be so hard to decipher. I mean, it is very straightforward lyrically, and it is very easy to understand. And I just think the music is wonderful with it. It just really conveys the chaos that someone could feel if they feel like they're just lost in general, lost in the world. I really love it. I really, really, really love that song on every single level, and I will never get tired of it. I still listen to it so much, and it's been 10 years strong for me. Like, absolutely adore it. Okay, number 1 on my list. I don't know how this song could not be my number 1. It is the ultimate collaboration song. It is so wonderful, and it is All of the Lights. I don't know how else to describe. You know a song is really impactful and just is like a big slap across the face in the best way when I remember distinctly hearing this song for the first time. I remember hearing it over 10 years ago for the very first time and just being absolutely blown away and mesmerized by it. First of all, upon my first listen, I just had so much fun trying to pick out all the different features and all the different artists that were in the song. The song's got Kid Cudi, it's got Rihanna, it's got Alicia Keys, Fergie's in there, literally so many people, but the biggest one that I immediately picked up on my first listen, and this is actually ironic, I did not plan this. I am wearing an Elton John shirt right now, and if you don't know this about me, Elton John is my absolute favorite artist of all time. Like, he is my number 1 absolute favorite artist, and I remember listening, and we're getting towards the end of the song, and I just hear this piano in the music, and I remember I paused it, and I just turned to my sisters who were with me, and I said, Elton John is featured on this song. I hadn't even heard him sing yet, but I just know his style of piano playing so well that I heard about 5 seconds of it and I was like, oh my gosh, Elton John is on this Kanye West song. And that literally was just the icing on the cake for me. I was already obsessed with it from the jump between all the features and just the music production of it and just how much of a spectacle it is. Like, it is a spectacle of a song and I am here for it and I will always love it. And then he just had to throw in Elton John at the end and it was like, wow, Kanye West, you like read my mind. Like, that is everything I could have ever wanted in a song. And I absolutely love it, adore it, never will not love that song. It's genius. So there you have it. That is my ranking of the songs I've listened to most from my beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West. Let me know in the comments how you would rank the songs from this album, or just in general what songs you love from this album. I mean, this truly is a masterpiece of an album, and I am so thankful that I listened to it when it first came out so that I have been able to enjoy it for the last decade of my life. I am so happy that I am not in the dark on this album. So please let me know in the comments what songs you love most. I definitely would love to know. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate it. But thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it until the very end of this video. And until next time, bye.